It's the day before Mother's Day, and this is the day that I attempt to get my raised beds filled. And I say attempt because, I thought we were going to get this done a lot sooner. Just didn't happen that way. I decided to use landscape fabric other than the cardboard just because it's faster. I'm having Brian help load the beds with dirt from our property, and I also have other kinds of compost and things like that to help amend this very clay-based soil. We moved the beds out of the way so that Brian can get access to these ones. I had planted onions, and animals have already been digging in here. You can't see now because I fixed it, but I saw paw prints and big holes. So I'm going to have to protect every single bed that I make with netting, which is just an irritating, time-consuming part, but that's the reality, I guess, of living out here. Oh, that might break the sides. That might break the sides. He can't really dump this. We've been sharing who gets to be outside getting the dirt out of the tractor and into the beds, which is kind of nice because this air conditioning is awesome. That bed also bowed a little bit. I was inside it, standing inside it, and my foot slipped and I kind of bowed it myself. But I do think that these easily bow. I think they need some kind of reinforcement at the top of them. We're getting there. Have a local young man helping us.
He was listening, just a little bit too far backwards. So he was listening, just a little bit too far backwards.
It's excruciatingly hot again. It is 6:30 on Mother's Day. We had to take a long break because it was just too hot today. Too many bees. We're getting there. We are getting there definitely. Here is the situation. Day after Mother's Day. I have a really shitty attitude today because I have to leave tomorrow for Pensacola. I'm leaving for a good reason. I'm going to watch Zach graduate from IT school in the Navy. I'm not going to get my plants planted. I have completely run out of time. I have less than 2 hours tonight to work. I accidentally planted my potatoes in the wrong bed today. That was kind of like the last straw, and then I kind of just lost it. And I also have to cover the beds that have some plants in them right now because they will not be here if I do not cover these beds. So that's what I'm going to try to do tonight. Move the potatoes to the correct bed. Take the last bit of compost and manure in bags that I have and put them on the beds. And that's it. Everything's going to be late planted this year because I just don't have any other option. And all I have is next weekend, because then I'm going right to Indiana and spending time up in Indiana for Andrew and Bree's baby shower. Time is completely against me. This is what I got done before I leave tomorrow. Onion bed is covered with netting. I got onions planted, summer squash, lettuce, kale, chamomile, and then some flowers planted and covered with netting. Romaine lettuce, spinach, and zucchini planted and their bed covered. And then I got the potatoes moved from this bed, which is where they were, to this bed, which is where they were supposed to be. Yukon Gold, Strawberry Paw, Kennebec, and Blue Gold potatoes planted and covered with netting. There's still so much to do, and I'm going to be completely honest with people. Oh yeah, asparagus. I forgot. Asparagus was planted yesterday. I really felt like giving up today. It was one of those days that, you know, the heat was really, really getting to me. I had been out here for, I think, 6 straight hours. And I was just, everything was covered in sweat. And the flies were biting me. The sweat bees were trying to bite me. The realization that I'm not going to get my garden planted before I leave tomorrow is devastating to me. The fact that the garden's not even done is devastating to me. This homesteading stuff is seriously not rainbows and cotton candy, people. It fucking sucks. I swear to God, I don't know what I was thinking today. I was saying all kinds of things. You know, what was I thinking? Why did I go so big? Like, seriously, why did I do this? I have to be certifiably insane to think that I can do this with a full-time job, Brian having a full-time job, a toddler. I don't know. Today's a rough day, a real rough day. And I'm feeling discouraged and hot and sweaty and sore. And I smell like a horse's ass. I mean, I'm glad Brian was right here with me. You know, he stayed here 2 hours today after I left and finished putting the manure in the beds. But this is the real reality. It's hard. And nothing goes as planned, like ever. I have so many bug bites on my freaking arms and my back and my hips. It makes me not sleep well at night. Even when I take Benadryl and even when I slather it with hydrocortisone. Honestly, guys, I used the best, most expensive bug spray I could find that doesn't have DEET in it because I don't want that around Mason. I made an essential oil thing, you know, for biting flies. And then it proceeded to spill all over the front porch and my cell phone. So yeah, that was great. That happened today too. Oh yeah, and I ran out of duct tape and I had to drive back home and get duct tape. Couldn't find the scissors to cut the netting. Yeah, I was an angry person today. I need to chill. Today is Sunday. I've been gone this past week in Pensacola, Florida to watch Zach graduate and spend some time with him. And this is what we've gotten done so far. Pretty much all of the beds are now filled, you know, to the point they're going to be filled this year, except for those 2 over there. Those ones, we were working on this last night, me and Brian, and it was pouring rain. And I was like, okay, I'm just done. I'm going to be arching cattle panels between those 4 silver gray beds for crops that climb. And so today, my goal is to try to get all of my stuff planted. I'm going to be down a couple of beds unless I can get those beds filled myself today, which I'll try to do. But that's today's goal on Sunday, all by myself, out here in my little paradise. Well, I'm about beat today. Well, at least for now. It's hot. I've got everything planted with the exception of pole beans and some flowers because I don't have a place to put the flowers. I don't really know what I'm going to do. So the beds are planted. Most of them are labeled, but I don't have them covered yet. I actually ran out of sticks. I need 4 more. I mean, I might be able to find sticks, like regular sticks that will work. I'm not sure. Brian's taking Mason to the urgent care for his allergies in his eyes, and I'm gonna go back home and rest my back because this morning I slipped and fell in the chicken coop because things aren't flat around here. This is the exception. And I slipped and fell in chicken shit, which is still on my bibs and jacked up my back. But I just kept going. I don't have time to not plant before I have to leave for Indiana. And the bugs suck. Get off me. They seriously suck. This is what you do when you run out of time. I'm leaving for Indiana tomorrow. Last night, Brian and I were out here trying to cover up the beds that we have, and we ran out of netting. So I found my frost blankets and I've cut them up, and I have wrapped the frost blankets around the PVC pipe. I don't know how effective this is going to be. I think it's just a deterrent. I have 4 more to do. If I don't get anything planted in that gray bed there that doesn't have anything in it right now, and those 2 beds need to be filled, I need to put the cattle panels between the 2 of them and secure those arches. So those are technically also not done, but the beds that are done and planted, I have 4 more to protect. And I'm currently on my lunch break, and the heat is just absolutely awful. I am sweating so bad, and I have meetings. I have a meeting in 30 minutes, so I have to figure out a way to not look so sweaty and disgusting. So yeah, this is what I've got. We are not supposed to get any rain until Saturday. Today's Monday. So I'm not sure how enthusiastic Brian is going to be to come out here and water my garden when I don't have any easily accessible water. I mean, the creek's right there. He said he found a deeper part, like right in this area in the creek. But it's still, you know, going down to the creek, getting the bucket, get water in the bucket, get back up here, and then fill my watering can and water the stuff. But hopefully he cares enough about my garden to do that for me while I'm gone so that nothing dies. It is Monday night. I just finished getting all of the beds protected. I literally ran out of my frost blanket. This last one right here is cobbled up, the one right behind all of the empty bags. That's cobbled. But yeah, everything is protected now for the most part. I didn't get those other 2 beds over there filled today. I have compost and manure for Brian if he can get that done for me while I'm gone. We shall see how the garden grows while I'm gone for a little bit over a week.